Hello Internet Land, I am animating this guy here. This is Mendax. So today we're going to be animating his trot cycle, which is halfway between a walk and a gallop. So, as always, I start with the center of gravity and I'm going to push him down to his lowest point there. It's a 24 frame cycle. I hit keyframe there, I'll put another keyframe there at 12 and another one at 24. As you can see, nothing yet, but now we go to frame 7, which is the next frame based on the golden ratio. I'm going to put him up to his highest position and I'm going to copy that to frame 19. In Maya, we just middle mouse drag, and then we can have another point, add another keyframe easily. Okay, that's pretty extreme. The ups and the downs are pretty extreme. Just like life in 2020. Ups and downs are pretty extreme. Let me pull up not my code, goodbye code. I need my tracks editor or my graph editor. That's what I want. That one there. Graphs. Look at them, beautiful. Okay, there's my up and my down. And I'm just going to adjust both until I'm happy with them. Now, with this particular character, he's actually rigged in an A pose. It doesn't look like it here, but if I was to quickly zero out everything, you'll be able to see here that boom, that's his A pose. Why have I done that for a creature like this? Well, because I also employ some motion capture and I have a rigging system that will actually put that motion onto him. Anyway, let's undo that and put him back in this pose. So why am I showing you this? Because these controllers are actually, contrary to what is showing there, if I go to object mode, you can see that the controller is aligned to the bone of his back. So it's aligned to the spine there. So the COG is aligned to the spine, which means that there's going to be a bit of up and down, and the forward motion is that way. So that's also why in this default position, I have some values other than 0. Anyway, so getting back to the point here, up and down. That looks like it could be a little trot. Now we want the 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2, because everything goes in a kind of a swing. I like to swing. It's like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a. That's actually the sound of the golden ratio. 1 and a, 2 and a. It's not perfect, but it's kind of the same. If we divided these into triplets, 1 and you put it on the 8. And really, in terms of that, if we do a little bit of math here, let's bring up the math, we're going to see that it's close. And we never ever want anything quantized as much as possible anyway, because otherwise it doesn't look like life. But over 24, so let's divide 12 by 1.618, and what we'll get is 7.41. So you can see I can't put a 0.41 in there, so it is closer to the end but I'm going to stick it on the 7. We can actually adjust that too by just rolling these two values that way. So you'll see that the peak is now sort of sitting around about the 0.4. Look at that, beautiful. Love it. Okay, now same with this guy here. Now we're going to go forward as he comes up. We'll go forward a little bit. It's also adjusting the up vector a little bit. Of course, as you can see, that will push it forward a little bit. Actually, probably want to go a little more forward and a little less on the height. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, the other thing I want to do is have it roll around like that. The way we do that is by adjusting some of these keyframe tangents, not by adding new keyframes, but by adjusting tangents. These little buggers here. So that's going to push him backwards. So we'll go up and we'll roll him that way, don't we? No, it's going the wrong way. Let's go that way, up and forward, and we're going to have to actually really exaggerate this. Speak clearly, Matt. Speak clearly. I think we're also going to have to do it on the Y too to actually get the roll. Yes. Is it going to do it? Or do I just offset everything? You know what? I'm just going to offset everything. Ignore what I said there. Let's not play with the tangents. Let's offset him. So he goes on. And then if we're going to offset, we need to do these guys too. Post and pre. Infinity. There you can see it's repeating the curves. Not for him though, of course. Let's get that one repeating too. Okay, now I can offset these as I need to. There we go, got a little bit of a forward roll motion. That's going backwards, so we just need to do it that way. So a tiny bit of offset, and let's see what we can do here. Let's get the rotation happening. Now with a trot, it's not a lot of rotation. It's a little bit though. I'm just going for a little touch. I'm going to rotate it backwards. There we go. Look at that. Now we might need to adjust that just a little bit because it looks like it's a bit extreme for a trot. And roll off some of this guy as well. There we go. Now, so if we actually hid the legs like that, you go, okay, what's he doing there? Okay, what's that look like? Now I'm just going to have a little look at some reference here because we should always look at some reference. I can't show you the reference because really, 1 second, turn Josh Meter off for a sec. By the way, if you play guitar, check him out, he's amazing. Here we go. I found this wonderful thing called 5-minute horses on the YouTubes. And that can show us a lot about horse gaits, footfalls, and all sorts of other things. Now, of course, I'm going to have some ads playing here, but what I want to do is actually have him pop up and up and up. Now, like everything else here, I'd then copy these guys to the other sections and offset them. Fix that up because obviously it's become quite, yeah, what have we got there? Oh, I know what happened. Got to be careful to copy everything, particularly for the stuff that we have offset. Okay, Don't know what those guys are either. Okay, copying, edit, copy, edit, paste. Hello, where are you? Okay, I have to extend this out so I can grab that guy there. Copy, paste, paste. There you go. Now I can bring this back to where it should be. Both of these, sorry. You'll have to bear with me because it's going everywhere. Down. Sometimes copying and pasting is quite difficult, isn't it? There we go, getting closer. And now just, there we go, beautiful. Okay. Now, one thing I've noticed here on my reference is I've got too much of this rock. There's not a lot of rocking going on with the trot. Let's sort that out. It's just a lot of up and down. So, with this guy here, we shall also adjust these guys because it's just, that's too much up and down. And we also need to offset the entire thing, so we'll pre and post the curves here and offset that by about 2 frames because he's got a long neck. There we go. That looks better. Look at that. Now we're not going to get a lot of, probably not going to get a lot of twisting with our trot. As the foot falls, okay, hang on, let's have a look. They're almost perfectly diagonal with the trot. Now with this guy here, because his back legs are a lot longer than his front legs, what we can do is we're going to, that will be the forward, so let's, how shall we start this? I think we'll start it so that typically I start with a back leg, but in this case it doesn't really matter which back leg we start with because it's going to be corresponding with the front leg anyway. So we might actually start this. So let's start with this guy back. We'll animate this guy. So back rises. That's the coming forward and lands at the front. And then runs to the back again. Da, da, da. Now I'm just checking with these feet here on a trot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is where a trot's interesting because it does deviate from the golden ratio with the feet, and it's almost the exact same. There's the same amount of time with the lift as there is with the plant. So with the lift phase here, it lifts up over that time and then plants down over the same amount of time. Now, that being said, we still have essentially a linear path on the backwards. So that can adjust things slightly. Okay, here we go. Pre and post. Again, for all of my curves. All of my curves. Let's do pre and post. Okay, good. Right. One, da, 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 da. Okay, now obviously that foot, the timing's right. Like, yeah, timing's right for the plant. So he's planted and then he lifts and that's the highest point, then falls again, and that makes total sense. Of course, the foot itself is ugly as sin because that's incorrect the way it's just lifting up like that. So we need it to turn over from this point. So I'm going to use this little controller here, and I'll adjust the actual distances. Actually, I'm going to adjust the distances now because his backwards motion can go all the way back to there, like that. And his forward motion doesn't have to come up as high, I don't think. I'm also going to take this tangent here. Just make sure that it is roughly straight. There we go, like that. Now, with that like that, I'm now going to do some bendy bits. That's better. Look at that. And then that should actually, I'm going to work backwards on that one. Should start to lift. Okay, that'll be planted. Then it lifts. And by the time we hit to there, it should be well and truly peeling off the ground. So this is where I'm going to use this guy. Just adding some keyframes, so from the middle, and that's the peel. It's quite appealing. Look at that. Okay, it's peeling. However, we've got some work to do still because it's not peeling up from the ball of the foot here, so we need to actually adjust. So I'm going to go to frame 19, about here. Why 19? Because it's the golden ratio again. I'm going to push this guy back down to where he wants to be. I'm now going to use my toe controller. Click, click, just adding some keyframes to anchor everything. And okay, toe controller only gave me so much. I'm going to use the toes themselves. Grab these little guys here. Once again, click, click, click. Frame 19. Now I'm going to start to, look at that, pull those toes right up in the mid control. And by the time we get to here, it should be well and truly. Don't worry about this guy, I'll come back and do him individually. And that one there. Give that a little, that's okay. What about this guy? Let's give him a little bit and a little bit there. So what have we got? That looks pretty terrible. Look at that. That looks absolutely dreadful. Ground penetration and no real connection. Sort some of these issues out. Look at that. Wrong. Sort that. There we go. It's a little better. Here's the other thing. That should really start to lift up. And I think I'm going to actually extend this further. Get rid of that erroneous keyframe. There we go. Give that a bit more. And I'd like to see these guys really starting to curl over here. I think that's going to have to happen with that. And grab these middle guys here. Bend. And bend. Got some problems. That's all right. Gonna get there. Gonna get there. Gonna get there. We will get there. Come back and fix all that in a second. Bring those guys back up. Mids there. Okay, that's a good slide. Oh, that's looking better. Look at that. Okay, that guy. Lift him up a little bit. See? Oh, much better. That's good. Now, oops, something here has not gone to the beginning, so I'm going to grab all these guys here and that guy there and just click, middle mouse drag and set key. There we go. Yeah, something's still off. What's off here? Something ain't right. Tell me something ain't right. Telling you. What do we got? Offsetting. Ah, I know why. Because this person here ain't dealing. That is not frame 24. That's frame 26. Look at that. Let's come back to there. There we go. And that goes to there. And this is still definitely something a bit odd. Someone's gone strange on me. I know which one. It'll be that guy there, won't it? Look at that. It sure is. Let's bring him back to the beginning. Okay, that's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, not too bad, but a little strange on the, that looks odd, doesn't it? Come on. Yeah, we know it does. We know it looks a bit odd. And this is where we're going to adjust exactly that. That's better. And then that's something we've got to be careful not to end up with too. See this knee here? It just seems to be staying right in place, which we don't want it to do. Keep it moving backwards until we move it forward, which is a bit of a, I don't like the way it does that. I'm going to adjust that too. There we go. No, still doing something wrong. Let's delete that one, see what happens. Delete. Okay, that keeps it moving all the way back. Let's grab both of these, hit them to the beginning, that's good. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go back the other way. So if 7 is part of 12, then obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back from there, 3, 4, 5, that's the other end of the golden ratio, which is there. And in this case, I want those toes to be angled backwards and having kicked back, down, and down like that. And probably also want to adjust that. Make sure that yeah, a bit more of that. It's too angular. That's better. Da, 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 da. Now, and lift these guys up here. Like that. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so in this instance, that knee's looking good. That's swinging like a pendulum. That's all compressing nicely. Okay, that's not too bad. It's probably coming down through that ground a little bit much there at that point, so let's lift that up. In this case, I'm going to switch back to world, so I get the up and down vector, which will then make things move across the entire sequence the way they should. And then across all curves as they should, sorry. Must be precise in my communication. My wife tells me this all the time. Okay. Right, okay, now, so we've got that there. That goes like that. Yeah. Now, you'll notice the economy of keyframes here. I mean, there's... come back. Economy of keyframes. That's describing the entire range of motion in literally just 5 keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you could say that that one is exactly the same. So 4 keys, really. Dump, 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 bop, bop, bop. Now that feels like a nice little bounce. Dump, bop, 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 bop. which could create a nice little float. Now, when looking at some of this stuff, so when we get to the end of this back bit here, we should actually be getting a bit of an extension. So that should be coming up at the lastmost point. In fact, it's going back down, and we don't want that to happen. So the way we adjust that is by offsetting all the keyframes for the foot. All the keyframes for the foot. And we can also stop those. Post and pre and post cycles. There we go. So if we were to bring these guys forward a touch, funk, whoop, touch more. Now that's in line with the height, and we get a little hyperextension there at the back, which I want to avoid. That can mainly be avoided by reducing some of this. There we go. That's it. Hook. And we're getting an awful lot of compression on that shape here, so I want to adjust that. And here's where I'll start to add some more keyframes, or I can actually adjust things like that. And that's obviously coming up too high. There we go. So instead of adding another keyframe, just adjusted the ones that are there. Economy. Look at that. Nice. Now, one other little point, just before the foot hits, these toes should flip upwards there. So here's where I will add a keyframe. I'm going to grab those toes, I'm going to flip them up and just do that. And that's going to give us just a little bit of a flip and stamp. You can flip them up just there too. Oh, come back. And the 9, and by then you need to be flat again. Thank you. And I'm actually going to adjust that so that we're a bit more planted by there. Yes. And a little less below the ground here. Okay. Raise that up. Oh, curves, I love them. Now, it's the other thing. Get a little bit of a stamp down by breaking this tangent and go smack. That's better. That'll make it feel a little bit more connected to the ground rather than floaty. Okay, still just working on these toes here because they're all lifted up again. We don't want that. Flat there and flat there and up there and a little bit there, a little bit that way. Boom. And we're just gonna pop them flat. There. Yes, we are still through the ground at the moment. We don't want that either, but we'll get there. Once again, I'm going to be utilizing my curves rather than adding more keyframes. More keyframes means more headaches. More shit to do. Okay, and from here, I'll just make sure that my toes are displaying the way they need to display. We haven't got all of them, do we? Mid and claw, and mid and claw, and mid claw, mid claw, mid claw. Okay. Ah, that's where they all are. It's close. It's close. Yeah, still adjust these. There we go. Align the tangent that way. That's nicer. See what I'm doing here? It's actually aligning the tangent to the curve so that it's coming out of that curve there, flat. Beautiful. Nice. Lovely. Look at that. Happy with that. Once again, not adding keyframes. Much easier to control. Nice little flap down. And might have to come back and give it a bit more of an extension at the back there. Not quite sure at the moment. It's kind of where I feel it wants to be angled back. You know, I twist that whole thing backwards. Like that, that, that. Yeah, kind of feels like it wants to be there. Yeah, doesn't it? That felt right. That's better. Now we're getting kind of an ugly shape in here. There. That's pretty ugly. It's an ugly shape. So let's adjust that. That's better. And we're going through the ground a little bit at the end there. So let's find our nearest lift point, lift key. And probably going to have to adjust that also. Okay. Does feel a little floppy. I think that's because of this guy. Sorry, just moving a couple of keyframes around on those toes. And there we go. It's a tiny little bouncy movement in the middle there. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. Now, the other important thing is the toe splay. Now, you can see these guys here are pretty splayed out. Here's something else I'm going to do to add a keyframe here and there. Yeah. Get rid of that one there. And get rid of that one there. I'm just trying to put these back into a 0 to 24 space so I can easily adjust them as well. Since we offset everything. So these guys here would actually start to be bunching up. More like that. And this guy would be doing something or other. Sort of like the vestigial claw, this one. Although it's a little bit more like an opposable vestigial claw. Let's put all those back to there. Copy them all back. Middle mouse drag and click. Get rid of those guys now. Okay. Now, at this point here, you can see they're starting to come apart, which is fine, because that's kind of what happens when you curl your toes up. And then from here, we'd actually get that splaying right out. Now there's a natural splay happening, but at the contact point, boom, we need to actually make each one of these guys fan. Fan, 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 and fan. Yep, let's get back to here, fan. As they get further apart, there should really be fanning out a lot more. Like that, and that, and that, a little bit like that. Okay, so look at that. Okay, I can see what's happened here. I seem to have a real pull forward, which really is not even now. So what's going on there? Got a bit of a jolt at the bottom, back. Should probably be an extension back that way. Now I see, now it's actually kind of offset itself, hasn't it? So, what do we do here? Really does need to start moving itself back into the forward motion there. 1, 2, 3, okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got from 9 to 21. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 frames. Going back, and then we're lifting. Okay, now we're back into the realms. That's better. Oh, I'm not used to all this talking. Okay, let's grab the front one. Now it's going to go exactly opposite. So it will be at its furthest most point here. And its closest most point here. So basically, as this comes forward, that will take off. So that's actually not quite right, is it? Kind of got that. I'm going to have to offset that, adjust that even still. So forward. Da, da, da. What I'm going to do is actually, I'll go forward and back, and then I'll just offset it all. So one, da, 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 and back again. So I'm going to do this in unison at the moment. So that's the furthest most forward, and that's the furthest most backward. That's lifted there. Lift, down. And lifted and flipped. So we do this real easy like. Flip it. Shift these guys that way. And that way. Lift it right up. Just that horrible shape in there. There we go, that's better. And then we just copy all of these to the front. Boom. Then we got our new contact point there. Let's rotate him around. Ooh. He's getting funky. Flatten him that way. Pull him back. Set these guys to 0. And I think what's going to happen here in the meantime, yeah, okay, because of the fact that I've done it on the same thing, I'm going to have a hyperextension that I don't want. I'm going to rock this guy forward just to adjust that. And move his whole thing forward just to adjust that. Da, 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 da. There we go. Pop him back up. And we can even just bring this guy down a little bit. This guy down a little bit. Oh, look at that. No, it's not going to do it, is it? Really got to bring him forward. Those legs are little. He's got little legs. Got them little legs. To do that. And that. Oh, there we go. And come back and adjust that afterwards. Because it's, yeah, it's a little hyperextension on the back leg now. I don't like it. Jolene don't like it either. I'm rocking the Casbah. Come on. Come back. Oh, there it is. Unclick the knee. Okay. Ah, the joys of it all. Okay, now at 16, that needs to be up. Flat to the ground with a little bit of the peel. Look at that. Let's give it a bit of peel there. That'll help. Ah, that helps immensely. And 5. Flip and lift. And let's put that there. Now I have made things a little bit messy by offsetting everything, but we're still working with a minimum of keyframes, which is good. Same deal with these guys. The outer ones are just going a little bit too much. Nope. Come back. There you go. Just lift his little claw. Drop down. Okay. Now clearly I'm going to have to bring it forward a touch, a tad. And pop that down. And undo whatever's going on there. Okay, slightly confused. What's going on there? I really don't talk a lot in my day-to-day life. This is really quite unpleasant on the throat. Lift. Unlift. Getting a little bored at this stage. Problem is with being bored is that if I don't just do it and follow through, I could copy and paste everything and it could just look terrible elsewhere. Okay. He's going to go backwards. Oh, that's horrible. Look at that. Hyperextending. Once again, we want to have that elbow, this thing here, nice and smooth. Currently it's not. Got a bit of a double lifty thing. I don't like it. That's better. Okay. Now on this end, want the little toe flip up, so nothing at 5. Well, at 5 it should actually be quite flipped down like that, and flip it back up like that, and then stamp. Love that little flick, very realistic. Okay, I definitely want that shape, but I don't like this bump. Counteract. There we go. There's a bit of a jolt at the back there. I want to fix that up. Seems to be lifting too much here. Okay, now let's offset them. No. Before we do anything else, still got to do these little guys. Boring. Let's get this right. Together. Ah, togetherness. That one there. What's that thumb doing? Nothing good. Let's get that looking a little more natural. Ooh, that's a dicky thumb. That thumb looks nasty. That's a little better. Yeah, that looks better. Oh, not quite that much. Okay, now, still not loving that bendy shape there. Let's adjust that. That's better. Okay. Grab all these guys and my thumb. Where's my thumb gone? There it is. Keyframe that, and then splat. Oh, the thumb. It's just not playing ball, is it? Splay him out. And at the hit point, we should be looking more like that. In fact, these guys need adjusting too. Look at that. Boom. Now if that's going to be my splay, I'm going to splay him that way. Once again, let's go into world, split parallel to the floor. quickly trim those and put it to there too. So I'm not really explaining much here, am I? There's not much to explain really. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just adjusting the toes and then they're going through the floor. So I want to adjust them there at that point there. Mainly claws, so lift those up. Claws, and should make sure that that's nice and lifted at that point. That's better. Okay. So what have we got? All right, it's not too bad. The only thing I've got to do is now this guy here needs to lift our shoulder controller. Lift it up and down and then get a little bit of that push up there. And if I rotate this around, we'll start to see that we can get some scapular motion there too. So lift. And I'm just going to adjust that too. Oh, what's going on there? Not going through itself. Let's pull him down. Did I twist that too much? I think I did. I did. Look at that. Too much twist. There we go. Fix that. Okay. How's that look? Boom. Looks pretty good. Okay. Still a bit of a stop on his back foot here. Now what's causing, that's what's causing that. Look at that. It's the ease in and ease out. We want that to, want that to be more like that. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Look at that. Now, I'm going to take my neat little script here. First and foremost, we're going to offset this entire front foot. All of those controls, and that one, and that one, that one, and that one, and Let's see what we got here. Pre and post everything. And we're going to literally offset it all to half. Now that's not quite right, as you can see, because that should, the front foot comes forward. Those back legs should, if the back leg comes forward, the front leg should lift like that. Like that. Now the only thing I need to adjust here is the knee connecting there. So in this case, I can either rotate out this guy, give the knee a bit more room, which is I think exactly what I'm going to do, or I could actually give the knee a bit of space, rotate that outwards, like that. It's a bit more natural. So let's do that and pop that elbow back in. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so now the nifty little script here allows me to just mirror everything like that. Boom. With a bit of luck, if it's done, it's not quite done it perfectly, it's because of the nature of things. Yeah, I see. I see. So what I could do is actually, let's give that a, okay, so I'm going to give it -5 and let that copy properly. I think it's happened because of the, I haven't got keyframes starting at 1 on one of these sides here. Make sure I'm selecting all these guys here. Let's just undo the copy procedure. There we go. So if I go to -1 here, we might end up with what I want. Mirror. Looks like that might have done the job. I have to adjust my code there, I think. Yeah. Has that done it? Oh, close. Close, but not quite a cigar. Either way, the good news is that I can literally copy and paste that back to the beginning. And that does it. Okay, so no, I don't want to do it on everything. I just want it on that guy. That will do. Now, the bit of luck, well, not with luck, pure skill. Grab all these guys. Make sure I'm not selecting anything else. These guys and that one. That one. And I should now be able to offset everything and have a nice pre and post, pre, post, and of course, it's not adhering to the 24 frame cycle, is it? So, hang on. Bugger. Let's take that all back. I take it all back. So close, yet so far. Let's get rid of all of that. All the crap, all the crud either side. Pre, cycle, post, cycle. And there we go. So it's a bit of a woolly looking trot, isn't it? So now I'm going to go in there and really adjust some stuff. Okay. Not enough up and down. Up. Oh, I must apologize. This absolutely looks terrible. And I'm going to realign these guys and see what happens. Getting too much forward and backward. I don't want it backwards. I want that there. See, like that. Up. Let's do that. That's strange. Seems to be doing a very odd thing. Oh, there we go. That's better. I think the back legs look good. I think the front legs are planting too much. So let's get these front legs to be just off the ground a bit more. See, they're planted. Let's unplant them. Come here to me. Let's get these off. Yep. It's very stampy on the background. That front leg's not looking like a trot at all. I must apologize. It looks terrible. Terrible. Terrible, I say. Dum. Dum. Pop. Maybe if I break that tangent, it could help stamp it. Get rid of that one. That certainly already feels a little better. And that tangent needs to go straight. With it. Lifting. Okay, I really have not nailed these front feet. Okay, let's see if we can adjust things. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm just seeing if I can adjust that. Yep. No. Nope, nope, nope. I'm going to go back a few steps here. I'm going to try to take this foot, realign it to the back leg. See where I've gone wrong. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, even seasoned animators can really screw stuff up. Okay, I've offset that leg a bit better, and that's a bit better. I'm really not getting a... Oh, maybe it needs to rock a bit more that way. Nope. Has it helped? Maybe. That has, yep. Okay, let's really plant that foot down. There's no extension in it. Looks very, very weightless. Like that. Let's do that. Let's go there. Okay. And then really push that back and flip it right over like that. What does that do for us? Ooh, okay. That's a bit better. Let's get a bit more extension there. What do we got? Ooh, it's a bit extreme there, isn't it? Like that. A bit too much. Okay. At that point there, let's lift it. That's the low point, that's the high point. Low point. It's a tough one, this one. Okay, that front leg's definitely better. I think I also know what's wrong here. It's not coming forward enough. Let's do that. Maybe not high enough. That's a bit better. Okay. Let's delete all of those keyframes and recopy these ones. Of course, I'm betting. Let's get rid of this guy too. He's got nothing on him. Yes, he does. Hello. There you are. Gone. Let's take all of you and you. Hit my little mirror tool here. Booyah. Again. Have to grab you guys again and copy and paste your start frame. There we go. And time for a little offset. Click, click, delete, delete. Oh, pre and post, vice versa. And offset. Okay, what have we got? It's a little bouncier. It's still not great. And I'm going to have to actually copy the these values too. Mirror. Mirror. Okay. What else can we do to get this? Okay. Okay, what more can I do here? Still not thrilled with the this front leg. Indeed, we've got some weird stuff there. Hyperextended, but not in a good way. What could we do? Yeah, come to there and it's good, and then it's a mess, a big mess. That's better. Could also be that this is going too far back and too far forward. I won't really know until I actually do the... Okay, let's animate this guy to double check that. So, let's see, looks good on there, pretty close on there. What about on the front feet? Front foot, yeah, see he's going way too much, way too much. Way too far forward. Way too far back. Down. Down. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's better. Now get rid of those little bounces. What is that bounce? Go away. Oh, that's nasty. Okay. Still sliding. There. Let's get it there. I'm getting slidey bits everywhere. Ah, it's not fun. Okay. Oh, that damn bounce. Stop the bouncing. This is taking a lot longer than I was hoping. Like everything about filmmaking. Ugh, so much time. Oh, goodness, I haven't spoken in a bit. Okay. It should really be a high point there, shouldn't it? Like a big lift up. Like that. That looks wrong though. That looks wrong. That looks a bit better. Okay, that's not too bad. What I could do now is what's going on with these guys? Come back. Baby, come back. And these guys here aren't even doing anything. So get rid of them. Okay, our little mid section now needs to rise and fall as well, doesn't it? I actually want to copy these keyframes, so extend it out, 35. Okay. Right, copy, paste, offset backwards, pre and post. That's not bad. Ooh, good little rise and fall, a little extreme, but all in all, not bad. Pretty stretchy on the back. Let's adjust that. That's helping. Ugh, those feet, that front foot, damn you. Oh, that front foot, it's killing me. I'm now adding extra keyframes because I'm frustrated. I just want to fix this. So I'm just, oh my God, I'm making a mess. Making a mess. Why? Why? No, that's probably why. Now that's, oh my goodness, that's killing me. Now it's moved. I mean, really? What the? Okay, I'm gonna do a little anchor trick here. Oh, it's gonna annoy the hell out of me, but here we go. Here's the opposite of being economic with keyframes. Watch this. Oh, click, click. Constrain the locator. Delete that. Delete the constraint, that is, and scale that guy up. Now, so that plant's there, and then we move on, and we're just going to snap that back to the locator on every frame where it needs to be until such point. Oh. Even there, and then lift. And lift. I shouldn't need to lift, should I? I should just work the toes. Oh, it's a good mess. It's also a good trick that I use constantly when trying to merge clips together. Still moving around. This is the most boring. I wouldn't watch this back. If I was you, I wouldn't be watching this. This is really dull. Watching me absolutely butcher a trot cycle. Oh my goodness. Look at that though. Oh, absolutely solid. That's what happens when you anchor them. Now, you guessed it, I'm just going to copy all those keyframes over. Get rid of that. Delete all this. Gone. All of these guys. Sounds him and him, and him and him. And yeah, you guessed it. Back at it. That's interesting. He didn't copy, did he? That little guy. Maybe because his pre and post isn't on. Copy. What went on there? Okay. Come on. Let's grab these guys now. All of them. None of those. Once again, let's just go here and do that and that. Delete all of that and all of that. Okay. That still looks really quite crap. But that's okay, we're going to get the good now. We're getting there. Copy all these guys. To the other side. Okay, let's just mute this guy for a moment. Mute selected. Certainly helps a bit. Oh, fascinating. Oh, now what am I thinking? I'm thinking about the neck and the head. I think they're okay. I think the head needs to rotate. And just to make that a little bit more correct, okay, that's okay. Now I just need, what else do I need? Okay. That's, there we go, a bit of hip displacement. And then by proxy, we're going to do the same for each one of the tailbones. So copy, where are we? Let's set every one of these to 0 first. Rotate that to there, there, and there. So it rotates up. We'll rotate up. And that'll go to there. And then we offset. So first, pre and post everything again, pre, post cycle. Deselect this one, offset these by 2, 3 frames. 1, 2, 3 frames. 1, 2, 3 frames. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, clearly not enough offset. Okay, let's offset them all more. 1, 2. Might have to amplify everything. Okay, take all the upper have I got? Stacked views or something? Absolute, thank you. It's better. You know what? I got too much going on. Ah, you fool. I've got double time happening. Okay, I'm just losing it now. Hang on. What I want is this guy. Copy. No, I had it right. I had it right. Why did I... what's going on? The offset is too great. There we go. The offset is too great. That's better. Let's fix this. I've definitely got something going on with those feet on the back. That's right. Oh, something's going on there. Let's grab these guys, copy and paste them. Maybe it was right. No, it was right. Okay, I think there's a little bit too much flip on those feet at the front. Look at that, way too much. Which we can also reduce here. Okay, let's just adjust that shape. Okay, it's not too feral. It's very stiff that way, so we need to actually get a little bit of roll. So roll it. No. Roll that way. And roll that way. Oh, what have we got going on there? Knees. Delete. Bring those guys forward. That's better. Now what? That's a bit better, a bit more roll. Feels better, looks better already. Look at that. Now, nice sine curve up the back there. Yeah, I can buy that. It's not too bad. Probably could do with a little bit of roll in the thorax there, so we've got a bit of rotation. So that would be like that. Yes. Now we're starting to see something. Back that way. Yeah. Now we're getting warm. And pre and post and pre and post, because we've added something there in the X. Ooh, okay. It's probably a little much, but I like it. Now, what we could also do is add the roll when it's definitely add roll there that then quickly goes to there, and then stays there, and adjusts downward like that. Yeah, I like that shape, that's good. Oh, we're getting warm now, look at that. Okay, take that back, watch this. You can watch me do it, you can watch me screw it all up. Of a camel run, really. Trot. Boop, boop, boop. At this point, I could probably just live with this because I've got other things to get on with. But what I will fix is here's these back toes, not doing much at all. Let's just adjust that so it comes through, and then yeah, I like the look of that better. Copy and paste it to the other side. Delete all those. Paste. Yeah, should do it. Yeah, much better. Oh yeah. Okay. That looks more like a gallop, or but a slinky one. Tail's probably a little bit exceedingly extreme. Not a little bit, a lot. Pretty damn bouncy, particularly those back ones. It's a bit better. Stiffen it up a little bit. Okay. It's a little dressage. Just adjust what's going on there. Ooh. It's like a little angular thing. What's your hand doing? Yeah. Doesn't need to be doing that. That little doodad. That's better. Yes. Much nicer. Now, one little thing I do want to do is the stamp. So what you guys are up to, let's fix you up. Dunk. So if that's at that point, that's at that point. We want that and that. Broken tangents to do something more like bop. do that. And I don't know what he's all about. But a bit of patty paws, I don't like that. Wacky little tangent things. Okay, we're really just kind of mucking around now. And the other thing I'd say is that we want it to twist. So we could add a little bit of a rotation here. That way. Let's call it -5. Now we could go +5, couldn't we? On the other side. 5. And pre and post and offset just a tad, I think. So he reaches forward. Would that be? Yeah. Do some interesting things with the tangents, maybe. Yeah. The only other thing I can do is rotate these guys. So at forward is that way. So call it 5 and -5. -5. Yep. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Much nicer. Looks like a bit of a trot to me. Still not loving that shape at the top of that front. It's very that. In fact, let's fix it. That shape there. too extreme, too high up. Let's just copy it to the other side. Okay, now what are we looking like? Well, I think that concludes it for now. Those little muscles happening. Beautiful. Excellent. Let's call that a trot. Let's make a clip. Create animation clip. Mendax trot. 24 frames. Create clip. There we go. beautiful. Boom, 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 boom. Love it. Time to export for Unreal Engine. And that concludes